Hi there, and welcome to Porter's Journey, our new YouTube channel. We are the Porters, and we're Melissa. Currently, we live in British Columbia, Canada, but it's been quite a journey just to get here. That's involved immigration, it's involved marriage, it's involved moving across the country of Canada, and kids have came along the way. We'll get into more of those details probably in further videos along the channel. But why are we starting a YouTube video now? Truthfully, at times we're not sure, but the point is really just to speak about three things. It's investing, and really that's why we started it now, is that we are starting to invest more with some stocks and ETFs and stuff like that. And so we wanted to start a channel more so for our own sake, just to be able to track our progress. But also, I think
our mistakes.
Our mistakes, yes. Or to bring you guys along with us. And so what can you expect from our channel? You can expect some investing stuff, and you can expect some stuff on life, and some stuff to do with love. Now, if we were to say love, would you think our friends would think that we'd be talking about love? I don't mean love in no romantic sense. If you guys know me, I'm not amazing at the romance stuff, but I mean love more in the sense of what are the priorities, what are your goals, what brings you purpose in life? Because for us, I think that's a big part of investing, is just that it's connected with the priorities and our goals. And so part of that, the channel is going to be us sharing our goals. Not necessarily that you need to have our goals, but even in that you'll be able to find some goals and some priorities in your own lives. What does life have to do with it?
I think as a couple and as a family, we really want to be real and authentic. So we're not really a photoshopped kind of family. We're just kind of take us as we are. We've made lots of mistakes along the way, but we've also had a lot of laughs along the way. So we've had lots of ups and lots of downs. We try to learn from our downs and try to enjoy the ups. And I just think we just try to enjoy life as we go.
It's true. So yeah, so investing, as I say, just starting this journey out with stocks. And it's not really like a do what we have done kind of video. It's probably the opposite to what we're going to do. And we'll get more into that in our next videos. And then love, just that priority and just the purpose for life. And then just life itself, just speaking of being authentic. And if we struggle to be authentic, we'll probably bring our kids in a couple of videos, and they'll be sure just to make it real and authentic. So just in terms of where have we started, we've opened a little investing account, which we'll get into in our next video. But just even a couple of weeks ago, we took a financial characteristics test.
Personality test.
Personality test, that's the word I'm looking for. And it was...
Money Saver.
No, Money Couple.
Oh, Money Couple.
Moneycouple.com. We'll put the links down below just so that you're able to check out their channel. But there's 5 different categories of different personality types, financial personality types: security seeker, saver, spender, risk taker, and flyer. And when you take the test, you get a primary personality trait and then a secondary one. So our secondary one we both agree on. We are security seekers, and you could just define that as being sort of cautious in terms of how you handle your finances. And thankfully we are on the same page in that one. And it's just we're aware that better to be cautious, better to just be a bit more hesitant about how we handle our money. And so that one we're together. And our primary financial personality trait, we are different. One of us is a spender and the other one is a saver. So that has brought up some challenges, some differences throughout our marriage. And so obviously saver's pretty straightforward. It's a person who would say, it's better to have a penny saved as a penny earned, and who tends to look through flyers and find cheap ways to find ways to save money, would never want to pay interest on a credit card, that kind of thing, or on any bills. The spender is the one who maybe would value opportunities more than money, and would be more fun than the other person.
So I am the saver. On a side note, I think I would need to add that I grew up in a family and we did not have very much growing up. And so I think that has formed a little bit about how I use money today.
It's true.
So as we took the quiz, there was a number of different questions that it asks you and you have to answer on a scale of 1 to 5, strongly disagree or strongly agree. So there was a couple of questions where I think it would have been easier for me to answer for Andrew. One of the questions was, would you rather buy day-old bread and save money, or buy fresh bread? So I would save money and buy the day-old bread, but I knew that Andrew would buy the fresh bread because it's better quality.
Yes.
Another question was, as a child, did you spend all your allowance or all the money that you were given? That was another easy one for me to answer on Andrew's behalf. I knew that from the stories he's told me, that any money that he had received as a child was quickly emptied of his pockets and spent on things, whereas what little money I did receive as a child, I would have saved it. And so it was a pretty fun test to take, to see and think about for yourselves how you spend money, or I think as a couple, how what we do with vacation time. So for me, it's a bigger deal to save money, thinking of the future and thinking of our kids. And I think for Andrew, it's a little bit more about the adventure and the excitement for the here and now. And so trying to figure out a balance between us as a couple, and then how that looks like with our family. So I think that's a big way, even though we're pretty similar in how we address our money. Those are the big ways in that it affects our family.
It's true. Another personality test that we had taken, this was years ago, and it wasn't to do with finances as much as this was just something that was really helpful in our marriage. It's called the 5 Love Languages. It's by, I believe, Gary Chapman. Again, we'll put the links down below. And actually just recently, when we first encountered the material, somebody had recommended it to us. But now it's actually there's a book as well, but you can do an online test, and we'll leave the links in the description below. But again, the premise of that is that each of us communicates and receives love in sort of 5 primary ways. There's words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. And again, just in the same way as taking that financial test was just clarifying, it just helped to shed some light on a few things. I think back then that was something that really helped us to know how to be more considerate of one another, and just even how to care for one another. And it's really that premise of if my primary love language is receiving gifts, then any little gifts that I receive are going to just, as it were, fill my love tank, or just make me feel very loved. Same thing if Melissa's primary gift is quality time. If I can make an effort to spend quality time with her, it just communicates to her my love for her. And it's not just about spouses. It actually works with, relationships with your kids or other family members. Some of them, there's also an application to coworkers, although obviously not everything translates perfectly into that world. But again, it was just something that I think has been helpful for us. And so, yeah, the links are below. I'd encourage you to take that. And just even, as I said, it's been something that's very helpful. Now, just in full disclosure, we're not big work on our own relationship people. It's not that we are, we're just not in our best behavior always about making that a priority, but it's just something we've came back to just at those times whenever maybe we just needed to evaluate where we were as a couple and different things like that. So yeah, just 2 things that we've found helpful. So we want to wrap up this episode now, but just to give a little bit of trailer for the next episode. Next time we record, we will probably look at we will be looking at the account that we've set up, and primarily with Canadian stocks, and that's going to be our goal. And so we'll get down to more of the nuts and the bolts of some stocks that we've invested in, some that have done well for us, and just some goals that we have with that. So again, thank you for joining us, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Bye for now. Yeah, introduce who we are.
I'd just like to say that this is not my idea.
It's a great idea.
It is a good idea. It's just not my idea.
Okay, so who's in?
You. I'm just.
You're the quiet wife.
I'm the bird chirper.
You're not.
Yeah, I'm gonna chirp in when I think you should say something different.
Okay.
Yeah, like I've been ready for like hours.
Test. Okay, here goes. Hi there. Well, let me do that one more time. We are the Porters. We are Andrew and Melissa, and we don't know what we're saying next. Oh yeah.
Start from the beginning.
Yeah.
So see up there.
Yes, there it is right there.
I just thought that would be helpful.
Maybe.
What does life have to do with it? I don't know.